Hello, today we're going to try graphing quadratic inequalities. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, of course, graph a parabola. Now on the homework tonight, I've already drawn the parabolas. You don't have to worry about that part. But you would do the parabola normally just like the lesson from yesterday, where you find the vertex point and the x-intercepts and you would draw a picture. But these are going to be inequalities. So they're going to have less than, greater than symbols, or less than or equal to symbols. Now if you have the greater than or equal to symbol, like this right here, then you're going to have a solid line and you got to shade something. If you just have the greater than symbol and not the or equal to, then you'll have a dotted line on the parabola. Okay? But again, because it's an inequality, you're going to have to shade something. You're either going to have to shade above or you're going to have to shade below. So the way you figure that out is right here, letter C. If it says y is greater, well, where is y greater? Up. So we shade up. If it says y is less, where's y less? Down. So we shade down. Now when you shade up or down, you're either going to be shading the inside or the outside of the parabola. So let's take a look at this one right here. I have y is greater, so I want to shade up. So if you touch the graph and go up, you will notice that you will be actually on the inside of the parabola. So you would shade the inside. If I change that to this, less than, y is less, then you would touch the line and go down because less is down. And when you did that, you would notice you'd be on the outside of the graph. Okay, so far so good? So now what we're going to do is put in another inequality like this. And so today we're not looking at just one quadratic, but two quadratics. And so you got to shade both of them at the same time. And just like we did with systems of equations when we had inequalities, we want to find the region that is true for both inequalities. So that one overlapping shaded region. So if you look at this picture I have right here on Desmos, there are actually going to be 4 different regions in this particular picture. There is the blue on the top region. There's the white region here in the middle. There's this reddish region on the bottom. And on the outside, the left and the right, is this purple region. Now in this particular example, the blue and the red make purple. So this answer, solution region, would be this outside purple region. But if I change my inequality to say this, then my double solution is now here in this section. So it just depends on which way you're shading them and where's the double overlap. Now you could do these by shading, physically shading them, but that's a lot of work. And I mentioned this before when we did the inequalities for straight lines, is instead of drawing and shading the whole darn thing, I just put dots. I'll just put a dot in each region of the graph. Remember there's 4 regions, right? Technically this outside area is the same region, so it's like a 4th one. So 1 white, 2 red, 3 double shade here, and 4 is this blue on left and the right in this particular picture. So there are 4 regions that I have to worry about. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a dot in each of the regions that's true. For example, this red one, I would put a dot in this region and a dot in this region. For the blue one, I would have put a dot out here, up here, and over here. And then the place that would have the double dots would be right here. So let's take a look at it on my notes. So over here I've put my dots. Now on this one I say I'm going to shade up, so that's going to happen to be the inside of the red dotted line. And this one I'm going to shade the outside of the blue line, and the outside would be out here. So this region on the blue line, this region on the blue line, and this region up here is all on the outside of the blue line, so they all 3 get a dot. On the red one I want to shade the inside of the red line, which is this region here and this region here. The region that has the double dot is this top part right here, so I'm going to shade that whole thing in with green, and that's my solution region. On the second one over here, the blue dots are on the outside regions, this region, and this region of the blue line, and on the outside of the red line also. So outside this red line would be the bottom part, so down here, out over here, and out over here from the red line. Who has the double dots? Well, the left and the right side. So that's your solution region. And then this last one right here, we're going to shade the inside of the red one. We're going to shade the inside of the blue one. And you end up with a double dot right there in the middle where they both join together. And so that's my solution region. And so that's what you need to be doing on today's homework. You can either shade it completely like I did, like Desmos did, or you could put dots so you don't have to have so much shading going on. It's kind of your choice. But again, I've already got the picture, so you're already going to have a picture like this on your Delta Math. One of these will be dotted and one will be solid, so you'll know which equation is which. And then you'll have to figure out, am I going to shade up in here, in the middle, or down here, or will it be the left and the right side? And I could even change that up and do something weird like this, and I did, where now I have a region here in the middle, here, here, and out here. So again, I have different regions here. Let me just put a couple inequalities in here to show you some of the regions. So in this particular example, you see how I have this red region here, this blue region here, the purple, and then all this white region. So again, it's just 4 regions. The white region is 1, the red is 2, the blue is 3, and this in the middle here is 4. And so your homework is simply going to be A, B, C, D. I have a letter on each region, and it's just multiple choice. You just go, oh, the solution region is section A. And there you are.